say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the South Alabama Jaguars, taking on last year's national champions, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Jaguars' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. Slips through the line. Finds a... Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the South Alabama Jaguars offense will have the ball first. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is, how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read him some. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
Here comes the heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, that is a picture-perfect start for this defense. Number one objective, get off the field even better. Third down, force them into a passing situation. You win, you hit the quarterback. Nice start by this D.
The Jaguars line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will have its first possession of the game. And here it comes for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either, David.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. And everybody knows what he's capable of, but he's going to be the first guy to touch the football. It's going to revolve around him, and that's a lot to ask of a freshman.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, give on the inside. Got the first down and more. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Huskers!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Wants to go up top. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here.
Okay, ready? Cricket.
Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title, David.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good...
There he goes. Dude, he's already picked up 46 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And the Jaguars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Motion from the wide receiver. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. It is 3rd and long. Let's see what kind of arm he's got. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Jaguars send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On his way from around the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Ready, set. Clear, clear.
To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. That one came in hot, and it's incomplete. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. This drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a first and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right, offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it, there's time, but
Worry.
this is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score a touchdown right here.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23?
Let's go! Let's go!
From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field.
On the ready. Here we go.
They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Husker! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Virginia Tech is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Michael Vick out there, this group is fighting. They're up by a field goal over Alabama. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. They've been gashed by the proverbial buzzsaw now to try to find a way to fight back into this game. They go to the ground. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He leaves it with his back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Jaguars will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Makes the catch near the 50. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense.
Ready up. Spire.
Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself. Quarterback's got the first. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Ready.
On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15.
Igloo.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Ready, ready.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's got it on the run, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Okay,
They'd
ready.
love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal.
Get set. Get set.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. They have been bludgeoned right out of the gate in this one now to try to find their footing and get back in this game. Oh, they're after him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You could just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
And the Jaguars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
The Jaguars decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. From the gun, running back gets the give. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. He's got 59 yards for them on the ground already in this first quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period.
Come on, set.
Looking downfield on first down. Here's a heat. Grabbed behind the line. It's Butler. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And the Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Jackrabbit.
Snap in the shotgun. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Florida State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by just 4 to UCLA. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
There he goes. Open it up. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And they'll start this drive off in business. 1st and goal from the 9.
Green 25.
Snaps it in the shotgun. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
4-2 Spider.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, Husker! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Well, Little Red's probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like, habit, what? Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Wants to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Guys, for just a second, let's think about South Alabama. The portal many times can give you a pretty good read on what's going on inside a program, and to lose the number of players that they did might be a little bit of a worrisome signal.
Well, I think the biggest thing is they lost some key guys, too. A handful of dudes, David, that really made a difference on this team a year ago. How can they replace that this season?
And that's what your job is as a coach, is to develop those guys behind them, supplement with the portalists, and it's an ongoing hard task, but that's what these coaches have to do nowadays.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Jaguars will line up to punt it away. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking for a crease. It's done. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Fires to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Huskers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. And he missed it. No good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Jaguars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. He lofts one down the sideline. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
And a great job understanding where you're at on the field. And I know that sounds very simple, but I run that out route, I start getting towards the sidelines. I got to feel it. I don't have time to look down as the ball's coming to me. Great job catching it and getting that foot in bounds.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Spits it out to the back. Complete. Ball is loose. He picks it up, still on his feet. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
He'll set up to throw. Going for 6. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacked on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 10 over Coastal Carolina. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The Jaguars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And some room to work. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Jaguars will try to pin them back with the punt. Wants to bring it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. A strike downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. This guy is just wearing them out. Another 1st down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his matchups. I'm going to find him. It's just the first half, and he's already had himself a full game's worth of stats.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Cricket.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
It's now 2nd down.
On the set.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Lasso. Lasso.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got his man quickly. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Ready?
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Nebraska.
Ready.
It'll be 3rd and long.
You do 'em, offense. Clear. Clear. Ready, go.
Looking to throw again. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.